All right, everybody. I'm back. This is Graz, the Graz World of Sports Gaming. And I know I said I was going to do a football video, but it's just going to be another complaint about the homebrew stuff. I decided not to because I had the 1968, 1969 college season, or 69 or whatever, and it was for the bowls, and I'm just not doing it. So, instead, I'm going to do my first, well, maybe not first, but it's a Wayne Gretzky season. I'm going to run the history of hockey and see who ends up with more goals. Gordie Howe, Wayne Gretzky, or Ovechkin. I've done a few. Let's see. Let me show you on the encyclopedia. So this is what I've done so far. Let's go for career stats, refresh. We'll go goals. This is for 10 seasons that I've finished. Come on. Just waiting for it to, there it goes. No? Oh, not responding. All right, cool. Let's X out of that. Oh, yeah, great. As I do it. Okay, player stats, career stats, goals. So Ovechkin has 147 so far, and Bobby Hull's in second with 126. I don't think I've done a Gretzky season. Let's go see. Wow. Okay, Gretzky, Grant. Wayne Gretzky. I've done one Wayne Gretzky season, and he has 20. So we're gonna see where he stands. Now I'm on the 89-90 NHL season. I haven't played a single game. Figured I'd just go until I feel the video's getting too long. I probably won't. At the very most, I'll do the regular season. I won't do the playoffs yet. But let's get started. In real life, the Edmonton Oilers beat the Bruins in the Stanley Cup final. The division winners were the Chicago Blackhawks. My poor Red Wings were in last. The Calgary Flames, the Boston Bruins, and the New York Rangers. What team does Wayne Gretzky play for here? I don't know. Gretzky plays for the LA Kings. And they did make the playoffs with a losing record. So we'll see what happens. We'll go to start with. We'll just go to the 14th of October, and we'll see what happens. This was I did like a compare, and the 89-90 season was the lowest season of the 1980s for Wayne Gretzky with points, and he had 142. That was his worst season in the decade. So, and I recently bought the decade of the 80s for the NHL. So there we go. Let's see. Well, he's already way in the lead. He's got eight assists and 3 goals. I'm sorry, I shouldn't do that. It's kind of a spoiler before we get to our stopping point. All right. So the Red Wings are 2-3. The Blackhawks are undefeated. They have a tie, but they're undefeated. And Quebec has no wins. Oh, Edmonton is also undefeated with 3-0-1. So, and the Kings with Gretzky are 1-4. Yeesh. All right, let's go through the 21st. This video is brought to you by the amazing invention, the fingernail clipper. Scourge of hangnails. I don't know. While that's playing, let's take a look at the leaders here of this season, just to see who, for points, we're right here. Gretzky had 142. There were 13 people with over 100, including Steve Yzerman with 127 and Mark Messier with 129. When Yzerman's career? Okay, 83 to 2006. All right. This is Yzerman's third best point season. So, anyway, okay. So after the 21st, nobody's undefeated or defeated anymore. Quebec has 1 win. Calgary's 8-1. Whew. 8, yeah. The Red Wings are 4-4-1. Go Red Wings. We'll finish off October, and we'll go look at some stats. If you'd like to predict, I mean, it's going to be a long, long time, but who do you think will have more goals for the whole thing? Will it be Ovechkin, Gretzky, Gordie Howe? I mean, I know those are like the top 3 all time, but somebody else? Let me know what you think. All right, October is done. Let's go take a peek at some stuff. So the Blackhawks are leading the Norris division, 9-5-1 with 19 points. Red Wings are 5-6-1. Calgary is 9-3-1. They are the best record-wise, but they have, they're tied with Chicago for points. Montreal is 9-6. Philadelphia is 7-4. Quebec 1-10-1. Oof. And the Kings are 7-6. Now, Gretzky is leading in points. That's not a surprise. He has 27 points with 7 goals and 20 assists. Brett Hull is leading in goals with 12. All right, let's go look at hat tricks. See if anybody's had a hat trick. I'm not going through every game and looking for Gordie Howe hat tricks. I'm just not. Hat tricks, Lehman with 2. Gary Lehman from Toronto. All right. Well, let's play November. Let's just go to the end and just do it. And I'll show you what I mean with Gretzky. You see, if you go to his amazing career and you click on points, he scored more than 100 points, or had more than 100 points in 15 seasons, including 4 seasons over 200. But his lowest of the 80s is 89-90 with 142. He had 40 goals and 102 assists in 73 games. So that's where I started from. I guess we could have done 79-80, but I think that's probably going to go for the 70s. I don't understand all these trophies, but I don't know what their MVP is. So I'm guessing it's either the Bing or the Hart, but he has a lot of Ross and Pearsons too. So I don't know. Anyway, so I guess while we're waiting, let's see what are these trophies? The Hart is the most valuable player. Bing is sportsmanship. Vezina is goalie. Calder is rookie. Norris is defenseman. Selke is defensive forward. And then there's the all-star team. What's the Pearson? It didn't say that, did it? Most outstanding player. It's now called the Ted Lindsay Award, not the Pearson. But Gretzky won it 5 times. And Nikita Kucherov is the current winner, current holder of it. Okay. And from what I'm looking, or from what I'm seeing here on the hockey reference, I went too far. The top 8 teams make the playoffs. So the Red Wings could make it. We'll see. I don't think they'll go far, but I would like to see them make it. At the end of November. Oh. Brutality. All right. So we're through November. The Blackhawks lead the Norris division. The Red Wings are currently the 8th seed if the season ended. So we'll take that. Kings are way better than they were in real life right now. Oh, Quebec, 4-20-3. That's so bad. The Rangers are leading here in the Patrick division. Montreal is leading the Adams division, just barely over the Hartford Whalers. Calgary is leading the Smythe division and is the number 1 seed overall. Gretzky has 35 assists and 13 goals for 48 points. Let's see. Steve Yzerman is in 3rd with 43. Mario Lemieux is in 2nd with 46. Yep. Brett Hull is leading in goals with 24. All right. Let's go play December, I suppose. Just go to halfway point now. Gretzky's well on his way to 100 points. I wonder if he can beat the 142 that he had in real life. And that's just points. Let's go look at goals. Like, who had the most goals? Brett Hull had the most with 72. Just he beat Yzerman by 10. So, and Hull and Yzerman are 1 and 2 so far through midway through December. All right. At this point, Mario Lemieux is ahead of Gretzky for points. Look out. Mick Vukota with 10 fights. Shane Cherda with 10 fights as well. It's funny. Patrick Waugh, Don Beaupre, and John Casey with... Oh, no, I'm sorry. Patrick Waugh had his 3rd while I was talking. The other 2 have 2 shutouts. All right. All right, there we go. Quebec is up to 6 wins. Look out. Hot streak. Detroit is now... Oof. All right. They're in last place. Too bad they're not in the division with the Quebec team. Let's finish off December, and then we'll see where we stand for time. I don't want to make this a super long video. So, if anybody that watches this, who's your favorite hockey player? You know, maybe give like a top your top 3 favorites in a comment. You know, let me know. Are you enjoying these videos? I mean, I know my friend Ryan does, but anybody else out there? Let me know. I'd love to know what people are thinking. You know, with the golf videos, the hockey videos. I mean, I know nobody really appreciated or liked the football videos with the messed up seasons, the homebrew thing that I'll never use again, so. And I'll never stop harping on that either. I mean, I tried to say something about it and I got made out to be the villain. So I'll never use that again, and I will run my mouth about it until I'm done with these. Okay, through December, Chicago is ahead, has 48 points and leads St. Louis by 5 points. Detroit is currently the 8th seed if the season ended, so that helps. Calgary is leading the Smythe division. They have 53 points. They're the number 1 seed in the NHL at the moment. 25-12-3. That's pretty good. Quebec, and I say Quebec like that because of a show I used to watch, are 7-28-3. Whew. Montreal Canadiens are leading Boston by 5 points. And a super dogfight going on in the Patrick division. The Rangers have 40 points, and last place is New Jersey and Pittsburgh with 36. So this is an anybody can win division right here. Gretzky now has 47 assists, but only 16 goals, and he is tied for 3rd in points with Messier and Yzerman. Brett Hull, 40 goals, 28 assists for 68 points, and Mario Lemieux, 33 points, 36 assists for 69 points. Look out. Let's go see how the hat tricks look. Lehman with 3. Okay. So, well, let's look. Who is the... I guess it's going to be Mario Lemieux, right? And Patrick Waugh, MVPs midway through. No, Brett Hull is just ahead of Mario Lemieux. And Patrick Waugh, yes, is a runaway for goalie. All right. So that's halfway through the season. Let's play another month. Let's play January. Yeah, let's go look at the all-time leaders in goals. Goals for career, because I know that it's Ovechkin, going to be the first man to 900, possibly. And then Gretzky and Gordie Howe. So doing this, do you think that somebody like, say, Jaromir Jagr or Brett Hull can have good seasons and catch up? Or do you think that it's going to be these top two still? Let me know what you think. I like how Phil Esposito's in the top 10. So is Steve Yzerman. That's goals. Let's look at assists. That's going to be... There's no doubt on who that's going to be. But do you think that if I did... when I get to the end of this, do you think Sidney Crosby will make the top 10? Because he's active right now, so... Okay, anyway, let me know on all that. Now we'll watch. Let's see. Wayne Gretzky is the only man over 50 assists. Brett Hull is looking like he could be the first man to 50 goals. Probably will be. Mario Lemieux has a 3-point lead over Wayne Gretzky right now as it plays. Patrick Waugh with 3 shutouts. Brett Hull is the first man to 50 goals, and he's the only man to even 40 goals, so he's definitely running away with that. Gretzky is the only man over 50 assists, and he has 64. Insane. Plus minus is Gary Roberts with 37. That's impressive for Calgary, who is the number 1 seed at the moment, still. Wayne Gretzky with 90 points plus. January ends. Let's see. The Blackhawks still, they're actually tied with St. Louis at 59 points each for the Norris Division. The Red Wings are, they're the 9th seed now, so they wouldn't make it if the season ended today. Good thing they have a few more games to play. 29, I think. Calgary is leading the Smythe Division with 70 points. They are the best team in the NHL. Speaking of the worst team, Quebec, 9-37-5. Boston and Buffalo and Montreal are in a dogfight there. And then the division that's still wide open. Philadelphia leads with 54 points. Pittsburgh is in last with 45. That could be anybody. Okay, Gretzky and Brett Hull have 91 points each. Mario Lemieux is right there with 88. Yzerman with 81. Gretzky with 65 assists. Adam Oates with 54. And then Brett Hull with 54 goals. He's the only one over 45, really. Mario Lemieux, Pat LaFontaine, Steve Yzerman, and Brian Bellows are in the 40s as well. Okay. Yeah, we got time. Let's play February. We might just play the whole full regular season here. Just because. Through February, we could possibly have our first 100-point player. I'd be surprised if we didn't. I mean, Gretzky's at 93 already. And I'm looking over here at this live updating action board. Alan May has taken over from Mick Vukota for 19 fights. That's funny. Gretzky's at 96 points. So is Brett Hull. Ooh, they're going for it. Gretzky has broken 70 assists. And he's the first man to 100 points. And Hull is the first player to 60 goals. So Brett Hull has broken 100 points already. Wow. Mario Lemieux joins them. Wayne Gretzky's at 80 assists. 80. Brett Hull has 62 goals. Steve Yzerman has joined the 100. I think I already said that, but he has 100 points club. Gretzky with 83 assists. Brett Hull with 64 goals. Yzerman, 54 goals. What a season for him. Mark Messier has joined the 100-point club. And through February, there we go. Let's go see where everybody stands. St. Louis has taken a little bit of a jump on Chicago. Detroit is back to being the 8th seed. Calgary leads the Smythe Division, and they are now tied with Boston for most points. Quebec has broken 10 wins, so good for them. And the division that won't quit giving. The Rangers lead it by 64 points. Pittsburgh's in last with 56. So this division could still be anybody's game. I mean, the Rangers are in the lead with a losing record, 30, 31-4. Wow. Let's see. Gretzky has the number one for points with 116. With 87 assists. Brett Hull, 65 goals. Okay. We might possibly have 8 players, or I'm guessing maybe 9 at most, with 100 points. Let's see. Let's just get it out of the way and play March, right? We're here. Gretzky might even pass 100 assists this month. Gretzky's the first person over 120 points. has 93 assists. Brett Hull has 68 goals. Yzerman with 56. Patrick Waugh now has 5 shutouts. Wow. Brett Hull, 70 goals. Wayne Gretzky, 97 assists. '98 assists. He gets closer and closer to that magical 100 assist number. He has 133 overall points, sorry. 99 assists. Could have, well, we'll see, 4 to 5 guys with 60 goals. Wow. Gretzky's over 130 points. Remember, he had 142 in real life. He has 100 assists now. He has 140 points now, 105 assists. The man just keeps on giving. I crack myself up. I guess I got to make somebody laugh, don't I? Yzerman and Pat LaFontaine joined the 60-goal club. So does Cam Neely. Wayne Gretzky with 110 assists. He's beaten his regular season totals for points. And assists. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me again. Okay, let's go look and see what happens. I don't know how many more games we have left to play. April 1st. Well, let's go play that before we look at anything else. Let's finish the season. Wayne Gretzky with over 150 points. Oh, he sure made this worth playing. Yeah. And that should be the regular season, right? Everybody with 80 games. There we go. We're done. Chicago wins the Norris division with 92 points. They lead by 1 point over St. Louis, 18 points over Minnesota, 22 points over Detroit, and 23 points over Toronto. Detroit makes the playoffs. They're the 8th seed over on this side. Calgary wins their division with 103 points, and they are the best team in the NHL. They lead by 8 points over Edmonton, 16 points over LA, 19 points over Winnipeg, and 43 over Vancouver. Boston wins the Adams division, 100 points. They beat Buffalo by 13, Montreal by 16, Hartford by 18, and then Quebec by 63. And the Rangers win the dogfight division, beating New Jersey by 1 point, Philadelphia by 5, the Islanders by 9, the Capitals by 9, and then the Penguins by 15. So the playoffs will be later. Wayne Gretzky with 114 assists. Is that the best all time? Leaders, assists, single season. Probably not. No, he had much more. But 114, so he 8th place of that. Let's see, 152 points, 78 goals for Brett Hull. 78 goals for Brett Hull. Let's go look and see where that stands all time. 78 goals would be 5th all time. Wow, and it's 6 more than he got in this season in real life. Let's see. Let's go look at the leaders. MVP is Patrick Waugh for sure, and Brett Hull beats Wayne Gretzky. That's fine. Miscellaneous hat tricks. Neely with 6. Impressive. So Cam Neely for goals ended up, he was third. I mean, 6 hat tricks is a pretty big deal. So your MVP is Brett Hull. Your best goalie is Patrick Waugh. We'll do the playoffs at a later date. So Gretzky. All right, let's go add this season, 89-90. Let me see. Add. This was 88-90. Or 89-90, I should say. Add the data. I see. My Lord. Trying to figure out how to do this. I'm sorry, everybody. Okay, now single season stats. Let's refresh. Let's let it. Okay, goals. So my record is 83 by Phil Esposito from 1970 for goals. Assists. Ooh. Gretzky tied Bobby Orr. They both had 114, although Orr needed 6 games more to get there. Okay, Gretzky made my top 5 for points. All right, what's the records here? Let's just see. We're playing around with this on camera. I like it. All right. Losses, 58 for Quebec in 1989. Oh, man, that's so bad. All right. Well, there we go. I like it. I like it. Does the player stats have hat tricks on it? I wonder. No. How about the records? I'm kind of curious to see if like hat tracks are on here at all. See that right there, that stat right there, game-winning goals, 17 for Phil Esposito. If that doesn't say MVP, I don't know what does. I mean, that's huge. No hat trick. Numbers. Doesn't matter, though. That was a fun season, and we will do the playoffs, like I said, at a later date. I hope you've enjoyed this, and I'll talk to you later.